Good afternoon. This is Vanessa Long with Good Day UNA. It's that time of year again, Christmas shopping. This year, however, you may be wanting to reconsider if you want to be able to get those gifts this year. With a dramatic spike in demand this year, retailers are struggling to meet deadlines with orders. Due to labor shortages, lack of supplies such as cardboard boxes, and even lack of truck drivers, there most likely will not be as many gifts under the tree. According to a consumer report titled Deloitte Retail Buyer Survey, consumers are speculating different things about this shortage. 33% of consumers said that it was because couriers or delivery companies were at fault. 27% voted that this shortage was due to other external conditions. 21% blamed the retailer itself. 6% of people think that the individual employees themselves are the ones to blame. Lastly, 3% blame the product brands that make their favorite products. Although there is hope for recovery from the supply and demand crisis to end by next year, experts predict that this will not be the case. According to an article in CNBC's website, there is a 10% increase in sales from last year. It is getting through tough for holiday shoppers to decide whether shopping in store or online will be wiser to do. Considering the expenses for cardboard, labor, and the price of gasoline, it is getting increasingly difficult to pinpoint the root of the problem in the supply chain.
Hi, it's Scott Hurley from Good Day UNA. Gift giving is ruining the economy. That is a contentious statement made by economists such as Joel Waldfogel, author of the book Scroogenomics. In the book, Waldfogel criticizes this tradition of gift giving for its economic inefficiency, using the statistic that an estimated $85 billion of economic value is wasted each winter to solidify his point. This publishing has garnered much attention for Waldfogel, leading him to appear on multiple popular news platforms, such as NPR, PBS, and The Washington Post. While this argument is based on fact, it is not always well received. Dr. Jason Imbrogno, an economic professor at the University of North Alabama, said, "This is just another example of economists being up their own ass to get attention with pointless debates." If you are interested in the science behind this odd conclusion, you can purchase a copy of Scroogenomics or look for one of Waldfogel's many interviews.
Late rapper, musician, formerly known to his fans and industry mates as Young Dolph, scheduled an annual turkey giveaway back in his old community in Memphis the day of his tragic death, November 18th. Adolph Thornton Jr., young Dolph, was born in Chicago but grew up in the Memphis area and was known to be the pillar in his community as he was always around to lend a helping hand to the people of his hometown throughout the years of his success, especially on the holidays. The turkey giveaway was something Dolph did every year to make sure that the less fortunate could enjoy the holidays with their families, such as much as he enjoyed the holidays with his friends and associates confirmed that the turkey giveaway will continue annually in honor of his tragic death to gun violence. The city of Memphis was very shocked and taken back by the loss, and by continuing the giveaway, they hope to keep his legacy and great doings alive in the community.
Gas is continuing its constant climb in recent months to an all-time 7-year high. The question on almost every American's mind is how to combat the increasing prices and what can be done to bring gas prices back to their cheaper cost. One of the reasons for the increasing cost of oil is the increased customer demand for gasoline in recent months. As gasoline demand rises around the world, the price of oil barrels has increased by nearly double, as oil in 2014 averaged $40 a barrel to a whopping $80 just last month. This increases the cost of gasoline on average around the nation, and world as when demand drives the free market higher. On top of facing a crisis for gasoline demand, the world is facing a global energy crisis. Cost of energy is ever increasing, and the record coal prices increasing demand of oil and inflation in the American dollar. 2020's in April averaged $1.77, while we have entered a nationwide average cost of $3.27 on April 8, 2021. It can only be assumed that gas prices will continue to rise as the weather gets colder and natural gas is more and more necessary to combat the incoming weather.
More news surrounding COVID 19 regarding a new variant called Omicron. One of the most asked questions about this new COVID 19 variant is how easily can Omicron spread? It is more transmissible than any other variant, like the Delta variant. Scientists have already classified it as highly transmissible, but there is so little research at this point that the actual risks of the Omicron variant are still unknown at large. Out of the research done so far, the evidence points to the Omicron variant being more likely to infect those who have already had COVID 19. There are also many debates in the scientific community about whether the current Moderna and Pfizer vaccines will protect against the Omicron variant. This debate is currently causing drug makers to make a vaccine that targets the Omicron variant as quickly as possible. Hopefully, research that emerges in the near future will clear up the unknown factors regarding the Omicron variant and help the population stay as healthy as possible.
The COVID 19 pandemic is still affecting many of the world's population, but with the help of the vaccines produced by Moderna and Pfizer, the numbers are beginning to take a turn for the better. But while the vaccines have been available since December of 2020, it was only effective in adults. Children were still not considered for vaccination, and many have worried since the virus has developed several different variants. Due to the lack of high level infection rates among them compared to the elderly and adults, many considered them to be less affected. However, in a new update, the Pfizer vaccine in its current iteration is now fully approved and ready to be administered to children. Doses of the vaccine were first administered as early as the first week of the month and covers ages 5 to 11 now, with younger ages still being tested. Then few doses of the vaccines appeared in Walgreens stores nationwide first, with 40% of them located in areas with a high social vulnerability index score, indicating the next milestone for vaccinations. The vaccine is considered safe and 90% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID 19 infections based on a CDC guidance. It also requires 2 doses, much like the one for adults, so parents are encouraged to go ahead and make appointments. The dose can be taken at the same time with the flu shots and requires a 15-minute wait period. Administration will help aid families and help pass the time providing activities for the kids.
The Astroworld tragedy, as it is being called, was a frightening and chaotic concert on the 5th of November, not because of the theming of the festival, but due to 8 casualties and over 600 injured concert goers. The annual music festival developed by rapper Travis Scott ended in a disaster within the audience. Members began to be injured, with some not being able to breathe and others being crushed. Many who attended summarized the experience as nightmarish, with screams of help and people picking up unconscious individuals. This also includes what Houston police are saying was a drugging by an unseen audience member who had stuck an object into a security guard's neck, causing them to fall unconscious. The show went on for what seemed to be an hour, starting around 9 p.m. and ending 10 minutes after 10 p.m. Paramedics still struggled to get into the huge crowd, with many afraid and some shocked by what was happening. Days after, it was confirmed that there were 8 casualties that night and many injured. Those that attended and weren't injured posted videos about the event and gave their takes on the situations. The main problem, however, seems to be placed on the event's overall security and safety, with many even blaming the rapper for not stopping the concert so that some audience members could get aid. It had it was seen that at least one point that the rapper stopped the concert for a passed out individual but continued afterwards. The rapper made a post the following day expressing his thoughts about the outcome of the festival, and soon after would put out a statement on Instagram saying he would pay for the victims' funerals and provide refunds for everyone. Scott and other organizations were also hit with lawsuits from affected individuals whose lawyers claim was a predictable and preventable tragedy. The festival was canceled after that night, and with tensions high, we can only wait for more explanations to come out.
Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced late last month that the company is changing its name to Meta, and its focus will be on creating the metaverse, saying, "From now on, we're going to be the metaverse first, not Facebook first. Our brand is so tightly linked with our product that it can't possibly represent everything we're doing today, let alone the future, Zuckerberg said during his company's annual conference. The metaverse, according to the company, is a vision where virtual reality spaces will enable interaction with people across the world via digital avatars. The company also stated that it will not be changing its corporate structure and will continue trading under the ticker symbol MVRS. Facebook will be moving its apps Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp to a separate division from the Facebook Reality Lab, which currently designs the company's virtual reality products. The rebranding of one of the world's top companies comes at a time where Facebook is embroiled in a public controversy over leaked documents which provide a glimpse inside Facebook's decision to prioritize profits over the well-being of users on its platform. Zuckerberg claims the controversy and negative press had nothing to bear on this in their decision to rename the company. Critics like Forrester, Vice President Mike Prohl, say if Meta doesn't address its issues beyond a defensive and superficial attitude, those same issues will occupy the metaverse.
Things are changing rapidly how student loans are being handled. There are a few things a college student may want to know about President Biden's policy on loan relief. Although Biden had relieved partial debt for certain students, he has not promised this for everyone in student debt. He has, however, forgiven $9.5 billion in student loans for two main groups so far: those who are disabled and those who have been attending now defunded institutions. This relief did not include everyone in need of relief. The student loan relief now stands at about $1.7 trillion. Biden mentioned postponing the debt repayment deadlines but not reducing it. The Democrats in Senate have provided many solutions to this debt situation, which Biden had pushed away. One of the suggestions was to provide a simple extension for loans to be paid off. According to Time.com, Biden has a possible plan in the making. This plan includes partially canceling student loan debt and tuition free college. Although, with this being a likely solution, Biden strongly opposes completely canceling the debt. With Biden's COVID-19 student loan forbearance ending in January of 2022, students are looking for quick solutions.
Ghislaine Maxwell is finally being sent to trial in Manhattan 2 years after Jeffrey Epstein's suicide. The jury has been carefully selected to answer the one question we all seem to be thinking. Was Maxwell an accomplice to Epstein's sex trafficking allegations? Maxwell is being accused of acting as an enabler to Epstein's actions. She reportedly facilitated recruiting and grooming of children for over a decade. Prosecutors say there's evidence Maxwell knew their victims, including a 14-year-old, were below the age of consent, and that she arranged travel for some between Epstein's homes. The 59-year-old British socialite pleads not guilty and claims the allegations made against her are absolute rubbish. Let's head over to a video with further details from my co-anchor, Julia Smith.
This will begin a series of interrogations of various staff members and people related to Epstein and Maxwell. There's currently a live stream outside the courtroom online since the trials began Monday, November 29th.
First witness to take the stand was Lawrence Polfazowski Jr., Epstein's chief pilot for more than 25 years, who said he had flown Maxwell every 4 days or so since 1991. One of the pilot's duties was to fly the Boeing 727 that became known among the press as the Lolita Express, for its role in ferrying young women between New York and Epstein's primary residence in Palm Beach, Florida, where many of his alleged acts of sexual abuse are said to have taken place. Trials are set to take place over the next 6 weeks.
To kickstart International Education Week at the University of North Alabama, two visiting scholars from Uzbekistan, Mudrikin Kilchov and Gulnora Nizova, held a presentation on November 5th in Powers Hall. At the event, the scholars spoke about the university's education systems, showed videos of their culture, and shared a meal with their guests. Kilchov is the head of the International Cooperation Department at Bukhara State University, which is known for its comprehensive teaching. Nizova is an English professor at Transkent State University of Uzbek Language and Literature, which is known for training translators. Kilchov and Nizova are the first two visiting scholars from Uzbekistan to come to UNA. Their stay was made possible by the Faculty Enrichment Program, FEP, a scholarship that is funded by the United States Embassy in Transcant and administered by American consuls for international education. The scholarship covered their international flights to the US and their living expenses. Kiltov said being the first had its ups and downs. Many teachers and students are interested in Uzbekistan, Kiltov said. They will ask many questions about our educational process, culture, cuisine, language, customs, and economy in Uzbekistan. This can be very important for finding interesting conversations and making friends. Kilchov said it was also a responsibility to be the first as an employee and teacher of Bukhara State University because he understands he is being judged by his efforts, diligence, and responsibility.
December 1st is Greek Might here on UNA campus. As the semester comes to an end, UNA's campus basketball teams are gearing up for their last game of the season tonight. The women's team will be playing against Oakwood at 5:30 p.m. Following that, the men's team will be playing at 8 p.m. against Mississippi Valley State. Both games will be held in Flower Hall on campus, so come on out and support your Lions.
Graduation is coming up for UNA, and graduates will be soon flying off to newer pastures. Themed after UNA's Year of the Woman, this December is sure to come as a happy ending for all the students who have worked hard to get their diploma.
University of North Alabama.
Graduation dates for UNA this December are Friday, December 10th at 5 p.m. for graduates and 7:30 p.m. for undergraduate students, and the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions and the College of Arts, Sciences, and Engineering. On Saturday, December 11th, graduate students under the College of Arts, Sciences, and Engineering and the College of Business and Technology graduate at 9 a.m. At 11:30 a.m., undergraduate students in the Colleges of Arts, Sciences, and Engineering have their ceremony. This is followed by undergraduate students in the College of Business and Technology graduating at 2 p.m. UNA wishes all of their students the best and hopes they have success on all their future endeavors. But the graduates may be limited to 6 guests. All ceremonies will be live streamed on UNA's official YouTube channel, youtube.com/UNA Rural Lions.
For the last time with Good Day UNA, I'm Vanessa Long with my partner Scott Hurley, signing off. Thank you for watching.